Hi FlossTube, it's Carla with Cobweb Corner. Thanks for joining me for my 12th FlossTube video. I hope you all had a great stitchy week. I didn't get a lot of time to stitch, but I'll show you what I did get done. This is a day early. I usually do these on Friday if I do them a week apart, and we're going out of town this weekend and we're leaving Friday morning, so I wouldn't be able to record this. So I thought, well, I'll try to get a quick video in today. What did I do this week? So what happened this week? We didn't do anything last weekend, and we have had some crazy weather. It is just raining and thunderstorms. The sirens went off last week, and it just seems to never end. Today it's beautiful, like 65 degrees, sunny, absolutely perfect day. And the next I think 6 days the weather map shows thunderstorms. So, and we have just, our farmers are not being able to get in their fields. They're just standing water in the fields. It's crazy. It's just been a crazy winter, and now it's a crazy spring. So I didn't get any haul this week. I decided that I'd better start cooling that down a little bit, but I didn't get any stitchy mail, but I got some fun mail. I signed up 2 Christmases ago for Ebates, and you might have seen commercials for it and wondered if it's like a real thing, and it's a real thing. It's now called, they changed their name, Ebates, which makes perfect sense. They changed their name to Rakuten or something, R-A-Q-U-T-E-N. I don't know. You can still find it under Ebates. But this week, I got my Ebates check in the mail, and check this out, $147. Okay, so or $114. Sorry, wishful thinking. So how that works is they have a site, both an app and a website, and it has thousands of stores in it. And you go to their site first, and you find wherever you want to shop. So let's say you want to shop at Macy's, which is a popular one for me at Christmas time. And all you do is click their link, and it takes you to Macy's. And then you shop, and you can use any coupons you want, anything you want. You're actually on Macy's site. And then when you're done and your order's complete, sometimes right away and sometimes a couple days later, you get a rebate of what you spent. So sometimes it's 2%, but sometimes it's 12%. So for example, I bought that, I think a couple videos ago, I showed you my toiletry case that I bought from Ebates. And that was one that I got a 12% rebate on. Unfortunately, Amazon doesn't have much. You can get rebates like if you buy an Amazon Echo. The one good one is Amazon Handmade is almost always a 3% rebate. So if you want to buy some of my jewelry that's in my Amazon shop, you can go to Ebates first and then go to Amazon and buy the jewelry, and then you'll get a 3% rebate. So the way they do it, you shop and then you accumulate this rebate amount, and then every 3 months they send out a check. And you can also get gift cards if you want to, but I always get a check, and then that's my extra little spending money. So it's super easy. I'm going to put my affiliate link below, and I do want you to know that if you use that to sign up, that you'll get $10 after your first purchase, and then I get $10 after your first purchase. So just want to be upfront about that. But it's a for real thing. My lifetime earnings in just over 2 years is over $550, which shows you that I shop online a lot. But right around Christmas time, I really use it, and they'll have some really good deals as far as rebates. And one of the ones that I use that I really like is every once in a while Marriott will have 12% back, and you don't get the money, you don't get the rebate until you've usually a couple weeks after your stay. But we travel all the time, and I always start at Ebates and then go into Marriott's site and book our hotel, and I get at least 2% back. So like we were just in Germany, we had 2 rooms at 2 rooms for 3 nights, and I ended up getting, I don't know, $20 back, something like that. So anyway, wanted to share that. I love things that make life easier and save money. So that's a good one. And that one I use, those checks I use for me. My husband doesn't really see those. I also told you last week about my microphone. I'm going to show it to you if it makes noise. I'm sorry. This is it. I showed a video to my husband of one before I had the microphone. And if you remember, my husband's like, you need a microphone. You sound all echoey and non-professional. So, and I'm like, well, it's not really professional videos here, but I got a microphone, and he could really tell the difference. So I hope things are clear and that you can hear, and hope it was worth the money there. Okay. Stitching. I didn't do any other project. I only stitched about 3 nights this week, and I'm working on my Getaway Ghost needle case. So I've added the ghosts and finished stitching the bats, and that's really, really cute. And then I learned a new stitch. The name of the stitch is a nun stitch. I have only ever just done cross stitch and then your basic, back stitch and little things. I've never done any cut threads or anything like that. So the nun stitch, I went to a video and I did stitching with Pat. I think it's Pat Carson and it was really helpful. She just like completely shows you how to do it. So I had to stitch around. This will be a little needle keep, and this is going to be a little pocket for scissors. So I'm going to stand up so you can see the stitch. Can you see that? There you go. And then I had to do some eyelet stars here. And the stitch was really easy, and it was actually a lot of fun. Until I started in this corner and I got going, and this isn't very big. It's 32 count linen. There's a lot of stitches there. And if you don't know the nun stitch, you're basically making a C, and you go over every stitch twice. So you're kind of double stitching every stitch. And I started in the corner and I got going, and then I got like all the way down here, and I'm like, I am going to finish this in no time. This is so easy, and I just got this rhythm going. And I was stitching in hand, so I was holding it like this, and I stopped and I picked up my material, and way back here I was off a thread. I had gone 1 thread up, and I'm like, oh crap. And so I started tearing it out, and because it's double stitched, it was just a bear to tear out. And I completely ruined the floss. This is a kind of coarse linen, and having to pull the thread and pull the thread and pull the thread. So I started again, messed up right away, went back, and it just went on. So finally that night, I'm like, this is it. And I got down to about here, and I just quit because I was just messing up so much. And then I realized that because I'd ruined so much floss, and this is a kit, that I wasn't going to have enough floss to finish the little pocket. So luckily I have a cross stitch store, and I went to my Weeks Dye Works and pulled out another skein of gunmetal gray, and was good to go. So then I came back to it after the next night and finished up. And it looks really good. And then what I had to do is cut the fabric it was supposed to be 1 row from the stitching. So and then I did the eyelet stitch, and then I added the little fence. And then what's going to be here is there's going to be a skeleton, big long skeleton charm's going to hang there. So that's that. So then I finally finished that and felt really good about it, and now I'm ready to assemble my needle case, which I've never done anything like that before. So I'm reading the instructions, and I was pretty confused, and I'm like, fold the lining, do this, cut this to this size. And I start looking through my supplies. I'm like, cut that out. Something's just not right. So I was wondering, it didn't look like all my supplies was there. And sure enough, the Wonder Under batting, I think that's what it's called, Wonder Under batting, was not included in my kit. So I had one more kit in stock, and I went back and looked at that kit, and it wasn't in that kit either. So I contacted Fern Ridge Collections and that night, and the next day I got an email, and they said, oh, we're so sorry. We're going to go and check our other kits and make sure that they have all the supplies in them, and we will send you the batting right away. So I'm waiting for that. So I can't assemble until that comes in. So that's really all the stitching that I got done. I did add a whole bunch of charts to my wish list though. The other stitchy thing that I did, and I'm going to cover this in another video, hopefully maybe my next one, but I might wait till I use it. Anyway, I downloaded an app for tracking floss because I organized my floss all week. I have floss that is like 40 years old, but I have quite a bit of it, only DMC, and it was in an old fishing tackle box on cards, and I really want to get away from the cards. I think I'm starting to use that Payco floss organizer with my projects, and I think I'm just not sure how that's all going to work. So I looked online at cabinets and all this stuff, and what I ended up with, and I'm going to insert a picture here soon, and it's my grid rack that I used to hold my jewelry making chain, but the back side was empty. So I put the floss on my grid rack, about 7 or 8, well, about 10 skeins per peg, and well, here you can take a look and you can see. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. I like that it's out where I can see it and have access to it, but we'll see. So anyway, I downloaded this app just so I could track my floss, because as I was organizing it, I wanted to enter in what I had. So I'm going to use that. You can also then track your projects and journal all about. You can enter photos and stuff. So I'll talk about that in the next one after I see how it works and see whether you have to subscribe. I think there's an annual fee, and I want to see if I want to do that or not before I recommend it. So I think that's about it for stitching stuff. I also cleaned out my old I had a drawer upstairs in an old dresser with all of my old cross stitch stuff, and I have Teresa Wentzler's carousel chart that I got on Tiny Linen that I started in probably 1986, 87, and I got maybe, I don't know, maybe halfway done, and I just couldn't handle it anymore. All the thread blending, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with that, whether I should just give it to somebody who wants to stitch the rest of it, or whether I'll ever come back to it. I mean, I haven't touched it in 25 years probably, so I don't know what to do with that. But I also found some fabric I didn't know I had and stuff, so that was all good. So I think that's it for stitchy stuff. I can do some shop talk now. I spent, again, most of the week entering wholesale orders, and I am stopping the wholesale orders for a while. Boy, my credit card is on fire. But I got some great charts. I got an order from two large orders from Hoffman. One was the Ebates Kuori. I went onto my app. I have a foreign language app called Say Hi that I used in France, where you can talk into it in one language and it will talk back to you in the language of your choice. So I turned it on to Italian, and I always used it for France. This is Bo. This is my kitty Bo, and Bo is a terror. Her name's Bordeaux after our time in France. She's my little hellcat, and sorry if that offends anybody. I love her, but she's a handful. So anyway, I typed it into the app and tried to reproduce the pronunciation, and it didn't go very well. But it means heart and heartbeat. So that's what the core Ebates chord means. So I got to put you down, Bo, because I'm going to show some charts. Go on. So I got some more of those, and I'm only going to show you a few of what I have, but I have quite a few of these, at least a couple dozen on my site now, and I don't think there's any of them that I don't like. There's 3 or 4 that I would love to stitch right away. The first one I'm going to show you is the perfect place for happiness, and it's your craft room chart. So it's got a woman with all of her sewing notions, her sewing machine, thread, and everything like that. And it says the perfect place for happiness. And then a companion piece to that is the garden. And it says my corner. Okay, I'm going to pause this and I'm going to lock her out for a little bit. She decided to lay down, so we'll see how that goes. So it says my corner of paradise. Then they have a couple in this series, a shabby calendar series, and they're little blocks of, I would kind of call this shabby chic, kind of a style. And this one is shabby summer catalog, or shabby summer calendar, and there's also a shabby winter calendar. And then she has 2 in this series. Well, so maybe there's more, but I've got autumn in cups, and this one is summer in cups, and I love these. I love the decorations on the cups and the flowers. I just love everything about it. So you can see the decor, and it says in Italian summer in cups at the top. This one is I love Easter in the sun, and needlework village, and I got all kinds of spools of thread and flowers and scissors and all kinds of things. And then it's not Easter without eggs, and a year in flowers. And again, that's just a few of what I have in, and I've started making a wish list now that I'm stitching again of all the charts I want to stitch, and oh boy, it's going to be full of that designer. The other thing I got in was heartstring samplery. I've got some more of the bird series, and then I got 3 or 4 of the festive little fobs. So this one's festive little fobs for beekeepers and tea time and American edition and coffee edition and another bird. And then I also have the seaside edition, but I really like those. So I actually entered quite a few heartstrings. And then yesterday I got a shipment of Plum Street samplers in, and I've entered just a few of those so far, and they're available on our website. I got Labor of Learning. I really like this one. It says, labor for learning before you grow old, for it is better than silver and gold. And I really like that. Then we have Pink House Sampler, and this one says, the loss of a father is much, the loss of a mother is more, the loss of Christ is such that no other can restore. It's got a large pink house. So then we have the jeans and weenies, and there's 1 or 2 companions to this. and a friend loveth at all times. I think I might stitch this one. I really like it. And then I got a couple Halloween ones. This one is Eat Crow with a large buzzard. And look at those flowers. I just love the primitive flowers. And French woolens. Buzz Off. I really like this one. I think the beehive is really unique. And again, it's the same kind of as a Eat Crow with the flowers. And the other one that I'm going to show you is Crone on the Hill. So if you can see in there, there's an old woman on the hill, and there's two buzzards flying overhead, and then a bunch of pumpkins, and then the big large house with the fence. So, and oh, and here's one more. I got the trellis blackbirds, and we have a companion needle nanny for that. So that's pretty much what I've been working on with shop. The other thing that we have a sale, or we change the items that are on sale. So if you go to our shop and look at the on sale now, that changes every 2 to 3 weeks. It's not a set time. It's when I get to it. So I want to show you a few of the charts. They're older charts, and they're marked down 25% off our price. So they're already way below retail. Well, maybe not way below, but at least 10% below retail. And then you get another 25% off whatever we were had on those. So all of Just Cross Stitch is on sale. Pegasus Originals, Green Apple, Stitchworks, and Sue Hillis. Those are all 25% off our regular price. So here's just a few. Just Cross Stitch, Home Sweet Home, another Just Cross Stitch, and these are obviously older charts. Another Just Cross Stitch. This one's called Tea Time Samplers. Affections, to make cards if you want, or use the pattern separately. And then some Sue Hillis. And the ones I picked out from Sue Hillis are all charmers, which means they come with a charm. And these came from a store that went out of business, so they're a little bent up because these are very difficult to store in a filing cabinet with the little jut out. So they get kind of bent up easy, even in a store display. They're kind of difficult because the patterns don't lay flat. But this one is Rockabye Baby, and it comes with a rocking horse charm. And it says, rocking horses, lullabies, sweet little smiles, soft little sighs. And this is Kitty Dreams, and it comes with a fish charm. And there's you can see that or not there. And then we've got Be Mine Again, and it comes with a heart and keys charm. And Mittens, everywhere, but never can we find a pair. And that one comes with a ribbon and a bell charm. Then by Green Apple, we've got the zebras and an old one, Little Pumpkin. It's a booklet full of a whole bunch of little pumpkin designs. And by Pegasus Originals, we've got Popular Dogs Volume 5, Gatekeeper's Window, which is a Stephanie Seabrook Hedgepeth. That's a lot of detail in those flowers. And then Stitchworks, we've got TJ the Train, Spring Inn, and the Shepherdess Angel. So those are currently on sale. And in addition, right now, so today is Thursday, May 23rd. And tomorrow we're leaving on vacation. So that means that shipping is going to be delayed until Tuesday, May 28th, because Monday is Memorial Day holiday. So usually whenever we go on away and in a way that causes shipping to be delayed, I have an I Can Wait sale. So if you enter the code I Can Wait, and I'll put this down below, you get 10% off your purchase. And I think you get 10% off the sale price. If not, I'll change it so you do. And so just during checkout, the coupon is required, and then know that shipping won't happen until Tuesday, May 28th. So I can wait, all one word, and that just goes during checkout in the coupon field, and it excludes floss. So let me see. The other thing I told you last week about cross stitch wonders, and those are charts that get purchased and then I print them out here, and so I don't have any to show you, but I might insert a few pictures here. So you can get a little bit idea of the style of the cross stitch wonders, and there are a bunch already listed on our site. I'll put a link to all the major designers here below, but those have been selling really well, and most of them are super quick stitches, so some of them are pretty funny. So we got that. Okay, I think that's it. I knew this was going to be pretty quick. Of last week's giveaway. Last week's giveaway was for the Precious Moments to Remember chart by Gloria and Pat. And the question was, let's see, who taught you how to stitch? And the winner is Desiree Feister. I hope I'm saying that right. And she said that she learned in her high school home ec class. So I don't think we did sewing in high school home ec. I think I made a pair of shorts or something. They never got worn. But so anyway, yeah. So congratulations to Desiree. Then the giveaway this week. Let's see, what should the question be? How many projects do you have going right now that you're kind of actively working on? I have 3 and going to start my 4th. One of them I'm going to take with me while we travel this week. I started it when we went on vacation to Germany, and I think I'm going to pick that up again. So, giveaway this month. One of the things I was working on also is a long time ago, I bought inventory from someone, and I thought I was buying charts, and what came were thousands and thousands of single card designs, and in those is a whole bunch of Curtis Boringer, and then there's a whole bunch of, and I can't show this part, whole bunch of Sweetheart Tree, and I mean dozens and dozens and dozens of different designs. So the Curtis, this one is Swan Lake, and it is on our site right now. And then quite a few of the Curtis Boringer card sets and individual cards are on our site. So the giveaway this week is a set of all 12 antique teddies, and there's one for every month. We also have a set of 12 Santa Clauses for sale, and then there's some Christmas snowmen. There's 5 in that set, and there's Barefoot Angels. There's a set of 12 for those. So, and then there's just a whole bunch more. I have Snowmen of the Month that I have to get listed yet, and I'm trying to figure out. They're very difficult to list and to sort, because I really literally have a tub that is this big, full of these single card things, and I've been putting it off and putting it off. It's a lot more fun to list, brand new designs from the 2019 market than to go back and try to figure out what you're going to do with $2,002 cards. So, but those are available, and they are nice. They're really nice. I love them. They're just kind of hard to list. So that's a short one. I hope, I think I kind of talked kind of fast, and I feel bad about that. I hope you guys all have a wonderful holiday weekend. I hope you have great plans, and we will see you next week. And hopefully I have some actual stitching that I can share with you. Thanks a lot, guys. Happy stitching.